With Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains. Dude, full-on rock show. I've had the CD for a while, and I can't wait to see it come to life on stage, bro.
Oh, that's cool. So you haven't seen us on tour yet?
I've not seen this iteration of Alice in Chains, man.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we've been, it's been, it's been pretty cool. We've been working toward this for about 5 years now. You know, we've been playing live for that amount of time, and of course, working on the record, for a good probably year and a half before we put it out. So we've been touring since August, I think, of last year or so, and I think things are going really well right now, and and the crowds have been getting bigger, and it's kind of, the music's kind of getting to a lot of people that we haven't seen before, and we've always had kind of a diverse crowd anyway, so it's just nice to see the thing grow, and the band's getting stronger, and we made another great record, in my opinion.
The CD, and just because I'm sitting in front of somebody who's pretty much a badass, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, the CD is strong, dude.
Yeah.
We're playing Your Decision, and we're playing it hard. The first single was just killing it, and I knew the very first time I heard it, months and months and months ago, even before the CD came out, I mean, the wailing guitars, dude, you knew right off the whip that was an Alice in Chains riff. You know what I mean? It's like a signature stamp on your song, so I could play that on the Klinger show, not even tell anybody who the hell it was, push play, and people know right off the whip.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that you try to find, as a musician. I mean, I think that's kind of the goal. Everybody starts emulating, people that you admire, and I did as well. I learned how to play guitar, listening to the radio, and kind of taping my favorites off the radio, and then trying to learn how to play guitar to that. But then after a while you kind of develop your own sound, your own voice, and I think that's kind of the goal for everybody, is to try to create some sort of a musical fingerprint that's uniquely yours, and this band definitely has that, and it's something I'm really proud of,
Do you see yourselves recording another CD? I mean, because I believe everything I read on the World Wide Web, and it says that, there was some talk. No, but that would be, like, I remember back in 2006, were you guys already working or thinking of going through and releasing your current disc, or what? And were you working on stuff and trying to keep it tight and not really wanting people on the outside of the inner circle of Alice in Chains to know, yo, this is what we're kind of committed to, or...
Well, I think we've been really careful this whole process. We've been really careful. I mean, nobody knows better than we do what we would have to overcome to make this happen, and also what we would have to keep intact, out of respect for what we have done, and out of respect for Lane and ourselves as well. And we obviously kept feeling along the way that this was the right thing to do, and it felt right for us to do, and so we worked really hard on that record. But we work hard on all of our records. I mean, that's really the thing at the end of the day. That's going to last longer than you, is your music. So, you know what I mean, hopefully, and so you gotta approach it that way, and we always have. That's first and foremost, it's about the music, and all the other stuff is secondary. And we've operated like that from the beginning. So all of that, nothing's really changed, even though a lot has changed. So we're taking it. We just take things on a day-by-day basis. We made this record, and we're committed to tour it and take it around the world and play, and then we'll figure out where we're at after that. But of course, I'm sure at some point we'll probably start thinking about making some new music, but we got a lot more work to do on this one yet.
Well, that's what I was going to say. And I totally wasn't dissing on the current disc. I was just thinking, you know what? It's like,
no, that's cool, man.
That, as an Alice in Chains fan, dude, I am a fan. I'm a radio dork too, but like I love Alice in Chains. You know what I mean? Are you guys having a good time? Is this fun for you guys? I mean, I know the photo ops and the autographs and the interviews and stuff, but when you're on stage, does it feel like home? Are you like, man, this is where I want to be, exactly where I want to be?
Yeah, well, it kind of goes to what I said before. It's about the music, and the best part of the music, besides creating a body of work that you're proud of, is getting to go out and play it for people and see people respond to that. And I mean, that's the whole reason. The other stuff that you mentioned, I could do without any of that stuff. You know, I mean, I really could, honestly.
Yeah.
And but that stuff's nice too. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But this, you know, getting out to play and also to you know, it takes a lot to be in a band, and it takes a lot to be a good live band. You know what I mean? And that's something we always aspired to be. And there's a certain kind of a thing that happens. You know, I mean, like I said, we've been touring since August, and we're probably going to tour to the end of the year. So it can get pretty mentally tiring and physically taxing as well. But also in the middle of that, you kind of reach a point where you've got so many gigs played where it gets kind of greasy as a band. You know what I mean? Everything becomes kind of second nature, and even fuck ups and shit. You know, just regular live stuff.
Sure.
You figure out how to flow in and out of that stuff, and it's a really nice thing. I mean, repetition, getting the repetition of being able to play a lot live. That's the only way you get any better. You know what I mean? So. You know, I mean, the band's in a good place, and you know, we're still growing and working through this record, and you know, we'll probably get to the point where maybe sometime early next year we'll start thinking about stuff. I haven't even thought about writing, though. I mean, it took a lot to write that record, and then the work that it takes to tour it. I haven't really written a whole lot of stuff, but that's not really unusual either. You know, I'll go through kind of periods where I'll write a ton, and then I won't write for a while, you know. So
two things, and I'll let you do your thing. Number one, I cannot wait to sit in front of the stage and watch the show.
Right on.
You know, as a fan.
Cool.
I'm super fucking stoked about that. The other thing is the CD, dude, is just on point. It's one of those ones where I can listen to it from track one all the way through the end. I'm not skipping around. It's like it just rocks. So
that's how records used to. The records that were important to me, that are still important to me, are records. You know what I mean? And I think I think there's a lot of bands out there that still keep that in mind. And then there's a lot that don't. You know, it's more about a single or two or a couple of big songs, and then maybe it doesn't kind of fit together as a cohesive piece of work. You know, and this record, you know, we're really proud of, and in the spirit of every record that we've done in the past, it's a body of work from beginning to end, and it's kind of crafted that way. You know, how it's laid out, the whole deal, and so it's great to hear you say that, because that's what we intended. So,
awesome. Dude, thank you very much.
No problem.
Jerry Cantrell.
Yeah.
Let's do this
cool.
tonight. Thanks, bro.
Yeah. All right, man.